Greetings everybody, it's Red Hunter. Welcome to a new series on my channel. And we're going to be playing Civ 5. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking like Civ 5, but this game has been out forever. And that's true, and like Civ 6 is out. But in my opinion, Civ 5 is a far superior game. Like I gave Civ 6 an honest try. I played it for probably like 100-something hours. I bought the first expansion. I thought maybe the first expansion will make it better. It didn't really. I don't like the way Civ 6 looks. I don't like the game mechanics. I just prefer Civ 5. Here's the problem. I haven't really played Civ 5 in years. Like, in years. I had to go back, look at my achievements just to see what achievements I hadn't even gotten yet. So I know who we're going to play as. But what I'm going to do is, because I haven't played this series in years, I'm going to turn this series into a learning series where we're going to learn Civ 5 together for people who have never played this game. And want to pick it up, and you can see how much fun this game is. So we're going to start the way I started when I first bought Civ 5, which is we're going to start on Settler difficulty, which I know is like the easiest difficulty, but it's still my recommendation. It really helped me as a player to have to continually step it up, when on one difficulty, go up to the next. That's what we're going to do in this series. And I'm going to be playing with civilizations that I've not played with, or that I've not won with anyway. Anyway, we're going to go to single player. We're going to go to setup game. I'm going to go to advanced setup. So we're going to play with what we not won with. Where's Napoleon? Where are you? There you are. We're going to play with Napoleon as France. We're going to randomize the leaders. We're going to turn on all victory conditions except for time, because screw time. We're going to leave, we're going to put resources as standard. We're going to leave everything the same. We're going to leave map type continents, except that we're actually probably going to play on a Pangea. All players start on one large landmass. It seems like better to me. Actually, no, we'll play on continents just to give you both the types of Alright, so the difficulty level we're going to play on Settler for learning the game. We'll play gameplay standard, map size standard, 8 players with Civ, so we're going to play everything standard. We're not going to allow policy or promotion saving. And we're going to have quick movement. And we're going to leave everything else the same the way they are. We're not going to do random personalities, only because I want you guys to learn the personalities of the AI. What they do, how aggressive they are, stuff like that. So this looks good to me. You always go into advanced setup. You don't go play now. So we're going to start the game.
Long life and triumph to you, First Consul and Emperor of France, Napoleon I, ruler of the French people. France lies at the heart of Europe. Long has Paris been the world center of culture, arts, and letters. Although surrounded by competitors and often enemies, France has endured as a great nation. Its armies have marched triumphantly into battle from one end of the world to the other, its soldiers and generals among the best in history. Napoleon Bonaparte, France yearns for you to rebuild your empire, to lead her once more to glory and greatness, to make France once more the epicenter of culture and refinement. Emperor, will you ride once more against your foes? Can you build a civilization that will stand the test of time?
I love the intros. Okay, so Each in Civ 5, each civilization, there's a bunch of them, have a unique ability that does various things. This one is City of Light, Museum and Wonder theming bonuses are doubled in their capital. That essentially gives us more cultural bonuses than somebody else would get. We'll explain theming when it comes up. We have a unique unit, the Musketeer, one of the first gunpowder units in the game. Only the French may build it. This unit has a higher combat strength than the Musketmen, which it replaces. We get the Chattu. A Chattu must be built adjacent to a luxury resource. It may not be adjacent to another Chattu. It provides the same 50% defense bonus as a fort. Must be built in French territory. When flight is researched, its culture yield increases by 1 and its gold output releases by 2, so it's a unique improvement. Alright, let's begin our journey. Info pounder. So let's see. I did reset it. Hopefully here it is. Good.
This is a good place to found a city. Food and resources are plentiful here. Press your Settlers Found City button.
Let's look at some of the basic information again. This is a learning series. Cities should be founded in locations with plenty of food and production with access to resources. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Such as wheat, fish, and cattle. It's often good idea to build a city on a river or coastal hex. Cities founded on hills gain defensive bonuses, making it harder for enemies to capture them. Let's look at the best food titles. The type of titles of food. A lot of food include oasis, floodplains, and grassland. Plentiful food is the most important factor determining the rise of human civilizations. While humans had to spend virtually every waking moment hunting and gathering food for themselves and their families or tribe, they had little time or energy for other pursuits, making cave paintings, for example, creating a written list or discovering ruins. Once surplus is food that is available, then all else is possible. Thank you.
Consider sending your warrior out to explore new territory.
Let's go ahead and see how does movement unit work. This is all a lot of unimportant stuff right now. Alright. We're going to say thank you for this information. So, we may very well settle here, but before we do, we're going to take a look over here to see if there's something better. This is actually a pretty good place to settle. Actually, it's not. Okay. So we have wheat tiles, so the city's going to grow. We have salt for our luxury resource. What happened to our infographic? Alright. So we have founded Paris. Let's talk about these tooltips. So this is science. Your science is how quickly you research technology. We get +4 science from cities. This is our goal. This is how much money we make. Money is important to buy things and to be able to afford your units. This is the amount of trade routes and trade units we have. We have 0 of 0, 0 trade routes. We'll work on that later. This is happiness. Empires must remain happy, or they start taking disadvantages. Okay. So we start with 15 total happiness from our difficulty level. This goes down to a certain amount as you get higher in difficulty, and we have 1 total unhappiness from all sources, from the number of cities and from our population. You can build buildings and stuff to increase happiness. Golden Age, 14. When we hit 500 excess happiness, we'll get a Golden Age. And it says every tile that produces at least 1 gold produces 1 extra. Cities gain 20% plus 20% production. Empire-wide culture 20%. Golden Ages are very powerful. This is our culture and when our next policy is. This is tourism, which is how you win culture victories. And then this is faith, which is for religion. Okay. let's go ahead and get started. We need to choose start off first off.
Excuse me.
The tech chooser allows you to select a technology that your civilization will research. When a technology has been discovered, you'll be prompted to select a new one to research. Thank you. Alright, these are the ones that they recommend. Now, you can hover over resources and see what they require. So this thing requires mining for us to work it. Resources have to be improved upon. Right now, they oh yeah, let's close this for a second. Let's talk about map yields. That's what these icons are. This is a production, this is food. Right now when we go...
The city screen provides a detailed view of your city's growth and production.
It allows you to change what your city is building on the screen. You can also spend gold to purchase tiles around the city to expand your territory, and you can tell the city's citizens which tiles to work. So you do that by doing citizen management. The correct way to play, I can tell you this, I remember this, is to go to production focus, and then we want to go to production focus, but we want to lock the tiles that we want to lock. So that's what we're going to do. Right now we have one citizen. This tile is being worked. It's giving us 2 food and 1 production. So that's what this first one's going to be slow. The palace gives us 1 culture, plus defense, plus gold, plus science, plus production. Okay. The more you have of all of these things, the better off you are. And it tells us 15 turns into border growth, and it's going to go here. It tells you where it's going to go. We have 8 turns until we get a second population. So, you might think, well, we should research mining to immediately get the salt resource, but we don't. Well, happiness is fine. It's at 14. We don't need this right away. This is a luxury resource. Luxury resources increase your happiness by 4. Instead, we're going to open the technology tree.
Excuse me.
It provides a bird's-eye view of the technologies that may be discovered and how they are connected. Connections show the requirements needed to unlock new technology. Thank you for the information, but don't remind me again. All right. We're going to go into writing because that's a powerful technology. It allows us to establish embassies, which means we can see other civilizations' capitals when we discover them. And it gives us the access to the library and Great Library, which we'll talk about in a moment. So that's what we're going to do. Pottery gives us access to a shrine, which can start our faith, and a granary, which will give us food. And you can see that each source of wheat, bananas, and deer worked by the city also produce +1 food. So when we build a granary, this thing, we're working this tile, will produce 3 food.
I have some information that may be of use.
In the production chooser, a unit, building, or wonder are selected to be produced in the city. A city can only work on 1 single item at a time. Every time your city completes a production, you'll be prompted again to have it build something new. Thank you. So the traditional starts for Civs is either to build a scout to explore more or build a monument for culture. We're going to build a monument for culture because culture growth is most important.
Excuse me.
Pressing the next turn. Thanks for the information. Hey, that only took us 14 minutes to really, quote-unquote, unpause, which is like EU4 levels of... Not quite EU4 levels of play. Alright, we're going to continue to explore. You can also tell units to automatically explore this way. But we're not going to do that to start out. We're going to manually explore because we want to go in a certain direction. Alright, so these are copper and gems resources, which you can see give you different things. What we should do, and it also tells you what they require. So we have a lot of stuff that requires mining, so in our area. So we're gonna research mining pretty quickly.
Ancient ruins hold secrets that may advance our civilization.
Let's see what benefits can you get from an ancient ruin. You get free technology. You can get a map. Get a weapons upgrade. You can increase your city population. You can get treasure. You can get culture. On easier difficulty levels, you can also receive free settlers and workers from ruins. Thank you for this information, but don't remind me again. And this is the ancient ruin. We're going to go to it right away. So you should you should always be looking. Okay, we just got free workers. Yes.
We have a worker, but have not improved any tiles yet.
Move your workers.
Worker to construct an improvement on a tile near one of your cities to gain an economic benefit.
So this is the highlighted tile. It's telling us to increase the farm here, which is what we're gonna do. It's gonna take 4 turns to get here. Is that what we want to do? Yeah, that's what we want to do. Now, this is a really good city location. It's got food. I mean, it is in a desert. That is the problem, but it's coastal, which is good. Gives us access to the sea. It's got food, copper, gems, and salt. We're probably going to build a city. Possibly right here. We'll have to... I apologize for the allergies. It's allergy season here. Let's continue to explore more ancient ruins. You always want to find as many of these as you can in the early game. Here's wine. Here's deer for food and sheep for food. Yes, your unit equips itself. So now we have French spearmen, which are better units than warriors. Right, but that's... We want you to build a farm now. Did I must have misclicked why I sent them. So we're going to continue to explore in this direction. We're going to build a farm.
Our capital city has finished building a unit.
Thank you. There's somebody over here. You can see some red lines. So let's go ahead and see who these people are. What just happened? Okay, that's Korea. We should get a...
조선의 궁궐에 당도한 것을 환영하오 낯선이여. 나는 나의 훌륭한 백성들을 굽어 살피는 깨우친 임금 세종이요.
Yeah. So we just found our first neighbor. It's Korea. We are indeed going to build a scout. I really recommend that.
I have some information that may be of use.
Okay, yeah. You can spend social policies. Your community culture to unlock social policies. Some branches may not be selected until a technological era is reached. Also, some branches cannot be used together. Alright. You, 99.99% of the time, will start with either tradition, which is best for small empires. Adopting tradition will greatly increase the rate of border expansion in cities. It also grants 3 culture in the capital, which means that you will unlock your next policy faster. Unlocks building the Hanging Gardens. We'll talk about that when we get to that tech. Adopting all policies in the tradition tree will grant plus 50% growth and a free aqueduct in your first 4 cities. It also allows the purchase of great engineers with faith starting in the industrial era. Or liberty is best for civilizations which desire rapid expansion. Adopting liberty will provide one culture in every city. So if you rapidly expand and have a lot of cities, you'll get a lot of culture. Unlocks building the pyramids, which is an awesome improvement. Adopting all the policies in the Liberty Tree will grant a free great person of your choice near the capital. This is good. This is not as good as the finisher for this. I don't know, in my opinion. So let's take a look at the possibilities. This gives us 15% production with building wonders, which is great, and +1 happiness for every 10 civilizations in a city. That's great. Garrison units cost no maintenance. That's also great. And the cities with a garrison get plus 15% range combat strength. That's also awesome. Provides a free culture building in your first 4 cities. That's great. That culture building is gonna be the monument for your other cities. Plus 10% growth and +2 food in the capital. That's really good. And +1 gold and plus -1 unhappiness for every citizens in the capital. This is also really good. This one is +1 production in every city and +5 production in cities when constructing buildings. It's really good. The improvement construction rate increased by 25%, tile improvement, and a worker appears near the capital. So this is a free worker. This makes your settlers build faster, 50% faster, and a free settler appears. And Venice receives a merchant of Venice instead of a settler. That's because Venice in this game can never expand. It can only have one city. Each city you found will increase the culture costs of policies by 33% less than normal. Also starts a golden age. Okay, so every city you found, make sure the culture cost of the next policy go up. Meritocracy, +1 happiness for every citizen, for every city you own connected to the capital. They mean by roads or harbors, and -5 happiness from citizens, from population, citizens, and non-occupied cities. Occupied cities are cities where you've taken over from the enemy. But we're gonna go with tradition. Yes, we are, and we're gonna work our way down this tree to here and here. Probably to start here and then go here. You can already see that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lock this tile. Because this is not, even though we're production focused, it's better to have the food and production than the production and the gold at this point. So that cut our from 23 turns to 12 turns until we get our next citizen. More citizens means more big cities are a good thing. More citizens means more tiles worked.
What makest thou?
I'm gonna try not to talk to these. I'm sorry about that. I love the quotes. When we get a scout, we're going to send them in the opposite direction. There's a rune that hasn't been discovered yet. Excellent. We can adopt the policy, and we will. We'll do, although. We're actually going to be building a wonder soon, so we're actually going to grab this. Usually I'd go straight down. You received 20 culture, excellent. So now we're very close to this is a lot of salt. You can only you can only benefit from having from the happiness for the first luxury resource of a type like salt you get, but you can trade excess ones, more than one, to other civilizations for other luxuries and or gold, depending. So scouts, the difference, what makes scouts special, and the reason you build them instead of like the reason I built another scout instead of like another warrior is because scouts ignore rough terrain. This type of stuff, forests and hills and stuff, is rough terrain. Scouts move through them like it's flat, open terrain. Um, normally, I would build a granary, but I want to rush. I want to rush. Yeah, I do. Okay, I want to try to rush a religion to show you guys religions. There's only a certain amount of religions based, which scale is the amount you can have. Scale is based on your map size. We can adopt a policy, which we will do. We'll grab oligarchy. We'll explore here. I'm deliberately keeping my spearmen close to my capital just in case they're needed for defense. I'm not concerned about other civilizations attacking me this early, but I am concerned about barbarians.
City-states are small countries that are not competing to win the game. You may interact with them diplomatically, or you may go to war with them.
So city-states cannot, as in history, they are single cities that are their quote-unquote own nations. They cannot expand. They cannot settle new cities. Although their cities can expand, they still gain. Their cities still expand and everything. They could be allies. They could be enemies, as it says. If you are allies with them, they give you things like this one will give me. If a player becomes an ally of the city state, we'll automatically get whales, which will increase our happiness. Um, Influence with a hostile city state drops more quickly than normal. They will also make requests to capture. Oh yeah, so they'll give us quests and stuff to do. Befriended culture city states will provide you with gift of cultures or allow you to obtain. Yep, we're the first to meet, so they provide us a gift of 30 gold. All right. Want to continue to go here? All right. So we're going to spread this way then. Let's see. We have them exploring in different directions. Okay.
I have some information that may be of use.
Keeping your citizens happiness. Citizens produce unhappiness. We just talked about this. There's more runes. Alright, we increase our population. Yes.
May be of use.
Our unit is within an enemy zone of control. This means when you move from one enemy, or from one tower to the next enemy unit, or city, or city to another tower to the next enemy, it will consume all the movement from your turn. We will upset this city state if we move in here, but we don't care.
You may want to consider this.
While you can march military units into a city state's territory, they certainly don't like when you do. If you want to remain on good terms with the city state, try to keep your military outside of the borders. But I did it to be able to explore this area. Okay.
One of your combat units is near an enemy unit.
He who destroys a good book kills reason itself.
Allows us to build the first science help building in the game, the library, which helps us reach more new technologies more quickly. In combat, we are not going to attack. We're going to show you. In combat, both the attacking and defending units may take damage, and one might be destroyed. Alright, so I'll explain it.
I have some information that may be of use.
You've earned your faith points. Faith points can be used to found a pantheon, to spur great prophets, and once you've founded a religion, to buy missionaries, inquisitors, and religious bones. They can also be used to buy certain great and build anyway. That's pantheons. We'll explain that stuff when it comes up.
The enemy unit you are near is fortified.
This means it has its special defensive bonus indicated by the shield flag. Fortified units are extremely difficult to defeat one-on-one, so consider attacking multiple units in the same turn. So you can see it has the flag shield when you hover over it. They get a plus 40% for, it'll tell you defense, now. We get a 70% bonus versus barbarians. You automatically get a bonus versus barbarians, but it scales downwards depending on your difficulty. We're at 70% because we're on the lowest difficulty. Okay, yeah, we're definitely not going to take this fight. You don't fight with scouts if you can help it. So we're going to run away. So these barbarian units will attack your units. They'll capture your civilian units like workers and settlers. And they'll harass your cities until you clear this camp. And you clear this camp by defeating a unit and walking into this territory. Alright, so we're going to build a great library. Because it'll give us one free technology. It's a wonder. Only one of these can exist in the world. For most wonders. Certain wonders are different. We'll talk about that when we get there. And it provides a free library, which is 9 turns. In the city which is built. And it gives us science. And great scientist points and culture. It's great. We're going to do it. Now, if someone beats us to this, we're going to lose all of our production. But now we're going to research mining. To start building mines on things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move my spearmen over to this barbarian camp and kill it right away. Yes!
Inherit the earth, but not its mineral rights.
We can construct mines to increase production and chop for
You can use
force.
the right mouse button to direct your unit's movement.
Thanks. That's mostly sea tiles. Alright, so we're going to put a... Next, we want to reveal iron on the map. There's other basic text that you need, like calendar and stuff for... But since we don't have any luxury resources that require those right now, we're not gonna research them. We'll double back for them when we need them. Right now, we're gonna reveal iron, and you can see this will give us access to spearmen, which we've already got. So we're gonna move these people over and get them to a mine. Alright, good. We've locked both those tiles. So that we're growing fat. I want to grow as fast as possible. They adopt a policy. Free culture buildings and new cities is great. That means our cities will start with monuments. We're the first 4, anyway. Alright. I'm definitely not interested in whoever that was. Thank you, unknown number. Sorry about that. I'm not even going to cut this. I was going to cut that out, but I'm not even going to. Let's go to the, and there's, again, there is another barbarian encampment there. This would be a bad fight, so we're not going to take it. Instead, we're going to go here. We want to continue to explore with the scout. That was a good fight for us.
We have succeeded.
Clever move. We crushed our opponents without taking much damage. So we took 15 damage and did 50. And also, when you fight, your units get experience, which allows you to gain more promotions. We'll talk about promotions when we get there. Let's kill this unit. Let's go ahead and make sure that this is fully explored. All right. Pythagoras has completed his work, his greatest work, the list of the world's most well-fed people. This is the average food surplus in all cities. How much food more than we need to feed our citizens is +3. Alright, unit promotions. You almost never heal instantly. So rough terrain, hills, forest, or jungle, or open terrain. Well, let's look at the map. There's a lot of open terrain, so we're gonna pick up combat strength when fighting in open terrain. See, open terrain bonus. This is sitting in open terrain. This is a minor victory, so we're going to take it. You can see that this 11 over is the combat strength of your city. So we're going to clear this encampment. We received 50 gold for clearing it. Okay. Korea is declaring that it's not protecting them. Doing anything bad to them will damage our relations with Korea.
I have some information
With a
that may be
spear
of
11
use.
cubits long in his hand, the bronze point gleamed in front of him and was fastened to the shaft of the spear by a ring of gold.
So this reveals iron and allows your workers to chop jungle, clearing the map so other improvements can be constructed. Allows you to build the spearmen and military unit strong against mounted enemies. Also barracks in the statue of Zeus, which we're going to talk about in a moment. Your people rejoice. You've accumulated enough faith to found a pantheon, the first step towards founding a religion. Thank you for the information. Alright, so we're going to move our troops back here so that they heal your units can heal outside of your territory, but they can heal faster inside your territory. Okay, so we've discovered iron. A lot of it. Like right here, and right here. And here and here. And there's plenty of iron on this map. You know, so that's good because we can build units that require iron. And 6 turns into border growth. We could buy one of those tiles now. We're not going to, though. You see our happiness has jumped. Alright, now this requires trapping to use, so it's something we should get. But for now, we're going to build a farm on the wheat resource. But you say, but where's trapping? Trapping is right here. So we can click on a research to prerequisites first, discovering horses. Alright, Pantheons give you a bunch of stuff. Potential bonuses. What you should do for your Pantheon depends on the area you're in. What's around you? What do you gain the most bonuses from? Fertility rights is good. Is acceptable. Usually you want to pick a specific one, though. For example, +1 faith from desert tiles. Well, how many desert tiles do I have around me? Not a lot, so this would not be very good. +1 production in cities with a population of 3+. That's okay, but not great. Palace providing +1 of these yields is good, but not great. You know what I want? Do we have something for salt? 15% faster border growth is good. Do we have something for salt? +1 faith for each copper, iron, and salt research. Well, look at where we are. We're surrounded by copper, iron, and salt. So, this is what we're going to take. Excuse me. Okay. You see our faith jumped immediately because we have a... Alright. Those Korean spearmen. Let's see what's over here. It looks like more stuff. So we're starting to get the picture that we're on an island. What enemy has been spotted near Paris? Okay. So there's a... our cities can defend ourselves, not to worry. But can we buy a warrior? We can. We're going to buy a warrior for 200 gold. Just to help defend ourselves. Okay, we barely survived that. I should not have moved. I should not have moved there. What we're going to do is we're going to move our...
Thou shalt not muzzle the ox when he treadeth out the corn.
You've unlocked the ability to construct a caravan, the earliest trade unit available. Once built, you can establish a trade route with a city in another civilization and generate gold. I was going to fortify here. You find survivors among the empire ruins. Agree to agree. Alright. We didn't really want more workers, but alright. I mean, it's whatever. We're going to manually, carefully move them. We're going to continue to explore. Whoop. That's another barbarian encampment. We're going to kill this unit. That's going to make them a little well, it's not military units war, okay. Someone is attacking these units. That was a bad fight for him. We're going to take that. That's a decisive victory. We can take another policy, like I said. So we're going to take more growth. I guessed wrong. It was either this one or this one. Again, we're going to take open. And we're going to sit here and heal. This one's got a long way back. There's something going on in this direction. Alright.
Libraries are the shrine where all the relics of the ancient saints, full of true virtue, and that without delusion or imposture, are preserved and reposed.
Alright, one free technology provides a free library in the city which it is built. Contains 2 slots for great works of writing. Your citizens have been happy with your rule for so long that the empire enters the golden age. Excellent. We're going to give this thing survivalism 1. Plus 5 HP heal per turn outside of friendly territory and 25% defense. We're going to move a worker here. We're going to heal these people. We're going to build a mine. We're going to choose our free tech, which is going to be ironworking. It'll give us access to swordmen.
Do not wait to strike till the iron is hot, but make it hot by striking. Proud is the spirit of Zeus-fostered kings. Their honor comes from Zeus, and Zeus, god of counsel, loves them.
Alright. So now we're making plenty of money, but we want to grow faster. So at this point, we should probably consider a settler. Whereas there's a barbarian camp right where we want to put our city. So because it's going to take a couple turns, clear that barbarian camp. What we're going to do instead.
우리는 상의해야 할 것이 많고
Sure.
서로에게 얻을 수 있는 것이 많소.
They're right. It does allow for far more advanced diplomacy between our peoples. We'll accept that. We both know where our capitals are. I want to go to this hill and heal.
سلام عليك أنا داريهوش ملك ملكايا باريش ربا لهن ثانية يدات
I didn't actually know that, but they don't have the technology to build. Well, okay then. They haven't discovered writing yet.
Even brute beasts and wandering birds do not fall into the same traps or nets twice.
So we're going to heal here. We need 80 gold to upgrade. So we're going to build the we're going to build archery to upgrade our military. Archers are like the first range unit.
Only one military unit can occupy a tile at a time.
Yep, you can't stack units in this game. No def stacks. You see, attacking from multiple angles does better damage. And there's flanking bonuses.
We have no combat units defending our territory.
Uh-oh. We're going to pick up shock too. So, we're going to go hide our worker in the capital so that the barbarians can't steal it. And we're gonna bring the warriors home. If we build a settler, it'll stop growth of the city is stopped while this unit is being built. We're gonna wait the 2 turns until we get the 6th civilization, a 6 population to build it. So instead, what we're gonna do is we're gonna build probably a scout. I don't know if I need another scout running around. It does bridge the gap.
The haft of the arrow had been feathered with one of the eagle's own plumes. We often give our enemies the means of our own destruction.
It's true. You're gonna do nothing this turn? We're gonna build probably calendar. Just so we can get Stonehenge. Pick up more faith. I think that worker just got killed, actually. You can automatically explore. We'll move you into the capital. Now, we're going to build the Temple of Artemis. Which is 10% growth in all cities. 15% production with building range units. But, I mean, if we want that now, Or we can build a settler for... We can build a settler. Okay, so you're still alive. Excellent. We want you to go here, build trapping, construct a camp. Okay, back to the grind again. How are we the first to meet Milan when they're literally right next to another civil? I guess they didn't explore in this direction. Two turns to construct a mine, okay. A mine which will give us swordsmen. And we're gonna go to the next turn.
So teach us to number our days, so that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom.
We can clear that encampment out as long as there's no... Would it be able to wheel? Probably. Actually, we're going to build philosophy.
You can upgrade obsolete units, turning them into more powerful units by spending gold.
Thank you. They are swordsmen now. They are far superior to what they used to be. This is fine.
We have failed.
That's fine. We didn't fail. We're strategically... This time it's a decisive victory. We'll survive a hit. We want to clear that barbarian camp. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That didn't clear it? That should have killed the game. Total stat was gonna kill it. Damn game. Go ahead and heal up. Go ahead and heal up. Oh. Oof. Alright.
You can found a new city with your settler. Move your settler to a fertile location and found a new city.
Thanks. Alright, so usually it tells us, it gives us the recommendations. It's recommending here. That's not a bad location. It's also recommending here. That's also not a bad location. The problem with moving it here, and this is, you can use the city recommendations, and they're usually pretty good. The problem with moving it here, it has a lot of food, but where is our production coming from? We have like no production units. Here, on the other hand, we have both food and food here, production, production, production. This one I like a lot better, but I'd almost rather it be on the coast. I think I am going to put one here. It's not coastal, but it'll grow. We're gonna move the swordsman there with them to here. Alright, we're gonna build Stonehenge because we want a religion. And Stonehenge will give us +5 faith. You see how we're escorting.
Here is something that may be helpful.
Congratulations, the discovery of Lake Victoria has increased happiness in the Empire. Output of work 6 food. Nice. You met the city-state of Antwerp. Natural wonders are hidden around the world. Discovering them makes your civilization happier. If you build a city adjacent to them, you get significant benefits. Yep. Where do we find it? Damn, it's already within the Antwerp's borders. Oh, you're gonna hang tight. You're gonna build a pasture. I don't like shiny things the most. They mean gold. Alright. The militaristic. A befriended militaristic city-state will provide you with occasional gifts of advanced units. They know the secret of the conquest, or if you're their ally and have research chivalry, they will provide you that unit as a gift. Some of them know unique units. They're neutral. They try to mind their own business. And they would provide iron and ivory. Alternatively, we could go here. Now, I like this location better. There you go. We'll take that fight because we can win decisively. Should we attack the city-state and take it? It is on the water. I think that perhaps we should. Okay. We are going to build a, we're going to build a granary. Don't worry about the production right now in the city. Again, we're going to lock this tile and switch to production focus, but we're going to manually control where our tiles, where our workers go. You can see we're growing again now that we're not producing a... Alternatively, we could... Let's bring the worker here. And let's bring the swordsman here. Actually, let's have the swordsman sit in Paris. That way we have one unit in each city defending it. We can adopt a policy. We can adopt a monarchy. So you'll see that Orleans already has the has an aqueduct for free and a monument for free. And Paris has not gotten its free culture building yet, but they will. We are working the salt. Yes, we are. Excellent. Make sure we're not working any bad tiles. We're not. So 200 faith minimum is required for your next chance at a great profit. Legends that can still be founded is 5, it tells you. I'm going to hang tight here. we're going to construct a mine. Orleans has grown. That's fine. And you now see how much faster this is
There is
producing.
only one good, knowledge, and one evil, ignorance.
We're going to go here. We're going to build... Actually, we're going to call this episode here. So I want to thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe for more content, more YouTube game series. There's more Pokemon, or a lot of Pokemon, depending on when this series actually drops on YouTube relative to when I record it. And there's of course Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, my favorite mobile game. I'll be doing reviews of stuff. I will be doing a lot of other stuff. I have a bunch of projects planned that I want to get going. So, and the quarantine's been giving me tons of time to do this stuff. When I'm not at work, I'm pretty much doing this. Alright, so I want to thank you for watching. Once again, remember to like, comment, subscribe. Can never say that too much. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Red Hunter, out.